Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of terraforming. So you can see, this was not here before. This hill was definitely not here before. It used to go down into like a whole little cavern down here. I've been doing a little terraforming. Just goes up. I do kind of want to fix this a little bit because there's some parts that are repetitive. So I'll probably try to fix it a little bit. But it does come up here, goes up here, and goes out along here as well. I'll hop into free cam so we can get a better look. So yeah, this is what the terrain currently looks like. I think it's looking pretty cool. I was really debating on keeping this hill, like, standalone. So the hill that I have my little house on, I was thinking about keeping it there, and then just doing the cliffs going up here. But I was like, no, this is going to be more work, but I think it's going to look cooler in the end. We have the cliffs going above the terrain. So that means we don't have to, like, stick by the terrain or delete any of, like, the original terrain too badly. So I think it's gonna look really good. I do have all the materials I need for these cliffs, at least most of them. I do need some moss, and I would like some more coarse dirt and packed mud, but I can get those at any time, basically. So it's gonna start with smooth basalt, it's gonna go to tough. Sorry, nope. It's gonna start with smooth basalt, and then it's gonna go to the pale oak logs, and then tough, and then cobblestone, and then ends on stone, and then we'll have coarse dirt, or packed mud, coarse dirt, and then moss will be our top. So I do need moss, but that is gonna be how the cliffs are gonna look. I believe I'm gonna have a shorter cliff going up here for another, like, platform, similar to how I did like this, where I had just the start raised area and then the taller one in the back. I think I'm gonna do something similar, as I'll do some taller cliffs up front, yeah, and then I'll have a platform in the back, and then have even taller cliffs, and this will eventually curve around this way, and it'll curve this way into like a little circle, and then we'll carve out that archway, so it goes right here, which I think it's gonna look pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out how it's gonna, like, look and everything, because this connecting to there would be smart, and then not having that archway, but I really want that archway. I've been talking about it for ever, basically. I've had this idea for an archway forever, because I think it looks so cool to have this big stone arch that we walk through, and then this mountain will be gone, so all you see is just this custom flower forest with maybe some chimney smoke in the distance. I think that would be such a cool sight. It would be such a cool sight. So, I don't know. It'd frame that forest perfectly. So, I think I am going to figure it out. But I do want to get some of these cliffs in first, just to see how they look. See if I like them, which I definitely do, because I totally practiced in a creative world, because I was like, I'm not making a stone blob again. So yeah, they should look really good. So yeah, we will go ahead and get started on these cliffs. Oh, yeah, it had to happen sooner or later. Oh, that's right, I have waystones. Or not waypoint. I need waypoints off. I will do that when I get my stuff. Oh, my fault. My fault. Dang it. We were going so long. We did so good. And we finally had our first death in this world. That's so sad. It had to happen sooner or later. I really thought I could make that jump. I tried jumping from there down to that other end of the archway. And it clearly did not turn out well for me. But while I have you guys, I might as well show you around a little bit, right? So here is the first cliffs that I was working on. I think they turned out really well. Up close, they're, you know, I think they look a lot better than the stone blob I had. But if we run back here and take a look from the distance, that will look super cool when that's all done. And I believe I might have more cliffs going up. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what to do next after these cliffs. Because if we free cam up here really quick, I kind of have it planned out so that there will be more cliffs, maybe shorter ones that go up and then eventually meet like a little peak up here. We have these big stony cliffs going throughout, because I think that will look really cool. So I think what's going to happen next is we'll have a little bit more cliff coming up from from where it is right now. And then you can see the workings of the archway. And back here, that little thing is going to be the cliff. So it's going to be right in your view. But off to the side, you're going to see this archway. And I think that's going to be perfect. I might even flatten down this hill a little bit just to give that archway more prominence. And then it's covered here when you're walking around the cliffs. So that when you finally turn around this corner, I think this is gonna have to go, but you'll walk straight on this little path and you'll see this big grand archway, and then it opens up into the big custom forest, and I think that's going to look absolutely amazing. Oh, I can't wait for that. That's gonna be so cool. But I am working on the archway. I don't know exactly. Oh, and then there's these cliffs as well. So that these cliffs are going to slowly start extending upwards so that it'll reach the top of this. So it's going to have to go up quite a ways. But it's going to go up. It's going to slowly start sloping up around this corner. And then it's going to come up to its full point around like here maybe or something. And then that means we're going to connect this grass to this one. So this is going to meet up at a point and then go up. And then it'll be up here, and then we'll have our cliff right here, and I think that's gonna look so cool. I'm really excited for this. I think this is gonna be such a cool thing. I do have a lot of work left to do this whole area. Probably not the back side of it today because I've already done this whole area. It's taken so much. Surprisingly, I haven't run out of resources, but I think this is the last of all of my resources, except besides like stone and cobblestone, I still have a decent chunk of, but this is the last of my pale oak, and I think the last of my basalt as well, so, I have to double check. I might have a little bit more, but yeah, I'm running pretty low on resources, so I'm gonna have to run out and grab some more. Oh, plenty of basalt left. That is perfect. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm clearly running out of resources. 2 stacks of tough left. Okay, not terrible. But yeah, it's definitely gonna need more to finish this. Oh yeah, it was gonna happen sooner or later. I'm going up here, and then water bucket clutching down here. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It was gonna happen sooner or later. Oh goodness, man, 2 in 1 episode. This is so sad. I've fallen off apparently. Literally. Alright, here it is. We go around this corner, and that is the grand reveal. I think it's looking really good. It isn't perfect. Something about the archway needs to be, like, compared to this pillar, the archway either needs to be widened or this pillar needs to be shrunk, which this, like, corner area, I definitely kind of want to, like, shave off, because it's, like, if it's going down to, like, here, and then goes down, like, this way, then I think it would match better with the archway itself. But even still, it is looking really cool. Then these cliffs alongside it as well. I think these cliffs turned out wonderfully. I think the archway might be a little, or this pillar at least might be too much of like the darker blocks. I may need to bring out these. I think I have to bring out these stone, like continuing that arch kind of feeling, and kind of ramp it up, or you know, bring it out a little bit more, something like that. But I do think it is looking really cool. Yeah, it just definitely needs a little more adjusting, a little tweaking. Obviously it's not done. This is the front of it. There isn't any back. Like, you can see that it's just a wall basically. This pillar does go around a little bit, but that's just because I wanted to have a more finished feeling to it. So I've done a little bit of work off camera, you know, off camera mining and all that. And instead of stopping it here or wherever it was, I decided to continue the cliff, and I think it looks better than it did. It gives it like an actual reason for going down here, and then it's gonna like cover this, and I think probably just either go to the ground, and behind it it's gonna have a cliff back there anyways. The cliff's gonna go back there anyways, so I think it's a good solution, because I just didn't like how that pillar was looking. I didn't really do too much to the texturing or anything, not yet at least, but it is looking pretty good. If we go to the free cam, we can see that I also connected this. It's not the best looking. I might eventually change this to slope slower and eventually just like, I don't know, meet up with something or do something with that. But I think it is looking pretty good. My biggest drawback right now, the thing that's slowing me down the most, is moss. Because I can get these cliffs done pretty quickly. I've even extended the walls of the cliff a little bit, so it looks thicker when you're looking at it, which is definitely a plus. But yeah, the moss is a huge slowdown because I have to keep going down and using bone meal, which I don't have bone meal, and then using, like, you know, my iron hose, which only have 250 hits on them, so they break pretty quickly, and I only have like a stack and a half or so. So it's a little rough. So I think I will make a moss farm pretty soon. I don't think this episode, but I do think a moss farm is a great idea. I think that is a great idea, but I'm done with the cliffs for now. It's been, it's just a lot of work. It's doing a lot of work, and I want a little bit of a break. Just take a tiny little break to build something else. Use my brain, because it's mostly been brain off, build spires for cliff, and it's coming out really good. I think it's looking really good. I think it's gonna look really cool when it's all done, but I think it's a good start for now. So the last thing I'm gonna do for this video is give me something small. These cliffs have been a lot of work, and if you didn't know, I'm supposed to be packing for a move, so it's been you know, I shouldn't be playing Minecraft right now, you know. But that's okay, that's okay. We're just gonna do something small. I've seen this done in Germsy Boy's videos, but he was taking inspiration from Elden Ring. And that something was these like little swords sticking out of the ground. And I just want to come back here and I wanted to make a few. Mostly because this is the spot where I died twice. One over there and then one like here. So in this spot over here would be, I think that would be perfect. just to kind of symbolize, hey, this is where I had my first death in the world, you know? So we're gonna just put together some of these swords, and I do want a really big one in the middle. How does that look? Yeah, that's cool. It kind of, thing is, it kind of blends in with the cliffs, so I might just do all stone brick. I know it's not like textured or anything, but yeah, I think that works. I kind of want stone brick instead of the cobblestone walls. Maybe we switch to that. Yeah, so if you're walking along, you get this little, like, glimpse of these, like, little stone spires sticking out of the ground. I think that looks really cool. Head on, it looks really good. From the side, it's a little off, you know, because the texture's kind of blended, but other than that, I think that is just it's a cute little, like, shrine. I think that's perfect. Okay. I'm gonna put a spruce sign on the big one. Okay. And here's the finished product. Not only is it a sign of our first 2 deaths in this world, but I also been meaning to make a little memorial for my friend who unfortunately passed away from cancer not too long ago. So I thought this would be a really cool addition to the world, and I was thinking about doing it for a while. I just didn't have a good place for it, but I think this is perfect. I think that is really cool. So it's just a little pop of color, a little something on the side of the road as you're walking, making your way to the flower forest over here. So yeah, I think it's really cool. I think that's awesome. But that is all the time we have for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did like, then do please consider liking and subscribing. It means so much to me. Next episode, I promise this time it's not coming out for a little bit, but we will be starting to work on the flower forest over here, and I think that's gonna be really cool. But that means we are gonna have to finish the backside of the cliff and the rest of the cliff and all that. So we will get that done. We'll get all of it done in due time. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.